And wherever your loyalties may lie in this match, everyone will share pleasure in welcoming back Jimmy Greenoff, who was told earlier this season that his career was at an end with Jimmy Greenoff in attack. But no problems for Liverpool. Liverpool then in their change strip, white shirts, black shorts, attacking the Trafford end goal to our left in the first half of the game, which could well settle the championship. Answer the first touch for Ray Clements. And after a lovely sunny morning, it's grey and overcast at Old Trafford. Pitch soft enough to take a stud. A good day for playing football. Alan Kennedy long forward towards Dalglish, but McQueen beats him. Case's shot, well blocked by Buchan. Bailey also covering it. It's the punch coming, and he fisted it down a little bit, and Phil Thompson on the volley turns it over the top. Kennedy, Dalglish and McQueen again, and McQueen has slipped, and Dalglish has a clear run at goal, and he scored! Once Gordon McQueen had slipped, the rest was formality. Kenny Dalglish gets his 20th goal of the season to put Liverpool in front. McQueen left on the seat of his pants, Dalglish squeezing it in by the near post. It's 1-0 to Liverpool, and we've been playing almost 15 minutes. McQueen, Nicol, Koppel, Jordan, Koppel, and Alan Kennedy is in trouble. In comes Thomas. Clements has got the ball. No! Thomas has hooked it in. Well, the goal stemming from a very similar circumstance to Liverpool's opening goal, with a defender suddenly dropping out, and that allowed Koppel to play the cross. In came Thomas. It still looked as though Clements had got it, but just as he seemed to have it in his hands, Thomas recovered more quickly and stabbed it in. United in arrears for only 5 minutes. Terry McDermott feeling his shin. And Liverpool are going to make their substitution. Sammy Lee taking over from Alan Kennedy. Will need a certain amount of reorganisation. Lee presumably will go into midfield. Koppel heads away. Greenoff intercepted by Ray Kennedy. United coming out for the offside. And although Hansen was doing the right thing, and indeed has been waved on by Pat Partridge, he will now score. Well, it wouldn't have mattered that, because the linesman had flagged Dalglish offside. Now the ground is in an absolute ferment here. There were about 6 Liverpool players in an offside position when Hansen played the ball forward. I think that he was waved on by Mr. Partridge, but this is where the offside was. Dalglish flagged offside. In any case, he put the ball outside the post. Johnson. Kennedy. And Lee was through quickly there. And will that go in? No, it's blocked, and it's a corner, but Lee had stolen through quite unnoticed there. Got himself into a good position, but couldn't turn the ball into the net. Lee getting away from his man. Bailey on his own here came out and blocked the shot at close range. McQueen dallies here. Lee steals the ball from him, and Johnson here seemed almost to have too much time to think. Tried a chip and couldn't do it. Johnson. McQueen intercepts, and Jimmy Greenoff looks to me as though he may be in a little bit of trouble. McQueen meanwhile dribbling on and heading for goal. Still going. Hansen takes it away from him. Did he run it out? Crowd at that end thought so. Gordon McQueen thought so. I had my suspicions myself, but no whistle, so it wasn't out. And we're over the 45 minutes. Mr. Partridge says that will do for the first half, and so the league leaders and their nearest challengers go in at half-time with the position absolutely level. Kenny Dalglish putting Liverpool ahead after McQueen there behind him had slipped, and then Thomas squeezing one in to put Manchester United back on terms after Alan Kennedy had slipped. It's 1-1, there's more tense action to come. Back here at Old Trafford, Manchester United will attack the Stretford end goal in the second half. The scoreline at the moment favouring those who had it down as a banker score draw, but on the evidence of the 45 minutes before the interval, I think it's very difficult to say just what the outcome might be. Alberston just feeling an ankle, but he's all right. Buchan forward towards Jordan. Hansen. Macari. Koppel on the run, and that was well cut out by Neil when it was needed. Kennedy. McDermott had made the run and is onside. Johnson. McDermott going on into the middle. Lee unmarked over on this near side to us, but Johnson has run into trouble. Ball's gone to Souness, and Souness' shot is off the mark. Greenoff turning it. Wilkins looking for Jordan, who's free behind Case, and in goes Thomas, and off the line by Thompson. Thompson saved it with inches to spare, but it so nearly came off with Jordan stealing in behind Case, and then Thomas got a touch, and there were two of them there. Thompson got it away. And off goes McQueen. He loves to run with the ball. Thomas crossing well, Jordan coming in, and Hansen won a very good header there. McQueen back in, and then it was out by Neil. Wilkins to Nicol, blocked by Kennedy. Alan Hansen very much the hero there. Very difficult ball for him, and Jordan the sufferer. Wilkins to take Manchester United's corner. McQueen lurking just in the semicircle at the edge of the area there. Clement stays on the line, and the header has got in from Jordan. 2-1 to Manchester United. And Joe Jordan raises his arms to take the acclaim. And it was turned on, in fact, by Greenoff, who got the deflection. Jimmy Greenoff, the Roy of the Rovers goal that he talked about before the game. Well, what a comeback. His last full game of football for Manchester United's first team was against Chelsea just after the cup final last season, and now he comes back here, having had previously only 20 minutes as a substitute, and turns that ball in from Jordan's header. 2-1 to Manchester United. Wilkins, Jordan, and Jordan brought down, but the referee waves them on with the advantage, and a marvellous save by Clements from Macari. That was goalkeeping of international class, all right. Macari had got in well, and it seemed a goal all over. Ball turned across here, hard, and down went Clements with a left hand from Macari. And Johnson going in with Alberston leaning on him, and that's cleared off the line, and Dalglish's shot is blocked by McQueen. Buchan it was who got the ball off the line, and it looked there as though Liverpool were in for the equaliser. Still they apply the pressure. Souness headed away by Macari. Jordan. Macari bursting clear. Hansen in. And now Bailey will claim it. But so nearly then that Liverpool had the equaliser as Johnson burst in, cleared off the line by Buchan, and Dalglish's shot blocked by McQueen. So it's still 2-1 to Manchester United. Hansen got a toe to that. Jordan ahead. Wilkins' shot off the bar. Couple could still be in here. Clements has it. And Ray Wilkins was so close to a spectacular goal then. So now it's Kennedy. Escapes at each end and the game gets more and more exciting. And Dalglish now. Blocked by Thomas. Thomas still with him, and it'll be a corner. Meanwhile, we can see the shot from Wilkins that beat Clements. There are the four brave men. There's the angle for Case or Souness. There's Bailey on his line, or in fact a yard off it as Case lets go the shot. There was a deflection, but over for a corner. And if the score stays like this, Manchester United's hopes of catching Liverpool will at least remain alive into the rest of the Easter programme. Neil coming in support. 5 men ahead of him. Kennedy. And Kennedy's tussle brings him up with the ball. Lee pulls it down, turns it across. Johnson is going in for the header, but it was got away by Mickey Thomas. And that's the final thrust of the game. Manchester United keep the championship open thanks to the most romantic of comebacks. Joe Jordan's big smile, it was his header that made the goal for Jimmy Greenoff. So it's many happy returns on his birthday tomorrow for Manchester United manager Dave Sexton, but no happier return than that Jimmy Greenoff has made to First Division football today. Goals by Kenny Dalglish, equalised by Mickey Thomas, and then the winner by Greenoff. It's 2-1 to Manchester United.
I thought in the first half we were, especially the first half an hour, we were a little bit apprehensive of Liverpool, you know, their reputation, and it wasn't really until just for half-time and then the second half that we, you know, got not stuck into them, but we played with a lot more, started to pressurise them a lot more convincingly.
And not many teams come from one behind against Liverpool.
No, and I thought Stevie Coppell and Mickey Thomas did tremendous for us in that respect, that they play with a lot of determination and dash, and they got their flanks going, so we were able to cause them some problems and get the ball into the penalty area.
I think there was plenty of goalmouth incidents in both halves for both teams, and we stuck them away, and then in the second half we could have had 3 or 4 goals.
Do you feel now that your championship chance is seriously alive still?
Well, it's definitely alive. It's just unfortunate there's not so many games to go, but anything can happen in football. You know, the pressure is on Liverpool now, and it's also on us. But I think if we had got beaten today, it was all over, but it's still there, and let's hope it is right to the end of the season.
Can I just cast your mind back to when the specialist said it was all over? What made you want to challenge that recommendation?
Well, the thing was, 2 specialists advised that I give the game up, but then when the boss let it out to the papers, the press, etc., he was feeling a little bit better. And so when all the lads came on to me, the pressmen, I said, oh well, hold on a minute, you know, I've got a while to go yet before I see the final specialist. And by the time the final specialist came round, it was feeling tremendous, and he said, well, I'd like you to give it another go, and I wanted to give it another go.